Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today's DIY is going to be very special. I'm doing a 2-mirror wall decor and I will tell you what we need. There's a lot of it. Okay, so you need 2 mirrors. This is 7 3/4 inch, and then you have another mirror which is almost 5. It's about 4 3/4 also. And then you will need your foam board, and you need 2 pieces of those. I cut one out. This is about, I think it's 6 inches, I believe. Just to make sure. Yeah, it's almost 6 inches. And you're going to see the reason why. Because what we have to do is we have to take this mirror and put it on this one foam board, and take this mirror and put it on this foam board. And then we need sunflower mesh, which is, I chose today, this DIY is going to be royal blue and silver. So I have the royal blue sunflower mesh. We need bamboo skewers. I painted them with the silver metallic acrylic paint. And then you need beads. I got some royal blue beads, some marquees, extra large. I have little black beads, and then of course my little sunflower mesh that I had cut in advance. And you're also going to need royal blue beads, and you're going to see why, because I'm going to put that around the mirror. And your hot glue gun, glue sticks. And I have to say, with glue sticks, the ones I use is the Gorilla Glue ones, because I find with all the crafts that I do, these are the best ones. So I just thought I'd point that out to you. Okay, and then of course you need scissors. And what I did is, because this one we're going to make it extra large. The ones I did prior to that, it was 16 pieces times 2, so they were 32. But the one I'm doing today is going to be 36 SKUs. So it's going to be an extra large one. And what I did is I took this template from the internet. I printed that off, and you'll see it has 32 lines. So that's what you're going to go base it on. So what else? And of course we have transparent beads, and most importantly, my pieces that I'm going to do, they are teardrop shapes. So I have 16 pieces of these, and you'll see exactly how I did these. I took poster board. It's just pieces of poster board. I took that at the Dollar Tree. And so what I did is I cut them up into oval shape. I took a template from the internet and I printed it off. And so what I did is I took the poster board, and then I cut that up. And what I did is, you also have one of these. These are just hard plastic, and you get those at the Dollar Tree, anywhere actually. And so what I did is, you take the teardrop shape and you cut that up, and I'm going to show you that. I'm going to glue that together. So, and this is what it comes out to. So you have these ones in the back, and then you have the poster board in the front. So I'm going to glue that for you, and I'm going to show you what you do. So I have 18 pieces of these. I took the liberty, of course, to do them before because it takes a long time to do. So I have 18 shapes of the teardrop shape. So, and what you do is, when you glue this piece here, basically what I did is I took this piece and I put it in behind here. And then what I did is I just took my pencil and I just put my lines. And you just continue all the way down till you have all of them. Like this. So you have all of your lines behind here. So you're done with this. And then what you're going to do is, I took the liberty of doing it before and I'm going to show you that. And what I usually do is, before gluing the big mirror to my foam board, I put a hook behind, which is really good in advance. You could do it before, you could do it after. It's your choice. So, so we'll get started. So what I'm going to show you is I did it in advance. And basically this is what it looks like. So you have the small mirror on top of your foam board, and then you have all your, supposed to be 32, but in this case I did 36. So the one that I showed you with the example, it's actually 32, but I did 36. So, and basically this is what it looks like after. But what I'm going to do is I am going to show you how it's done. So you take this, and of course you have to glue it. And I almost forgot, I use the E6000 plus my hot glue gun to glue the mirrors on top of there. Because you have to realize that you're going to have two mirrors together, and when it's hung up, you really want it to hold. So what I do is I go here, this, and then you just center it. It just, you have maybe ½ inch coming out, and what I do is I just press on it a little bit, and of course I do the same for the back. And this one you don't have to worry about it because it's exactly the same size as the mirror. So we'll glue that. I like this new E6000. It has a little beak, because the other one, it was just around, and this one goes a lot better. Like those tips, it's wonderful. Seems like a lot of glue, but trust me, you want to be safe with this. Just glue it. Here you have it. So, of course, Okay. So what I'm going to do is, since this is glued and this is glued, I'm going to show you a couple of skews on this one, but we won't be using this one. I'm going to be using the one that I've already done. So basically what you do is these are not painted, but I'm just going to show you how it's done. And which is very important when you do this, I do the measuring. It's a long process, but I do the measuring. So basically you put it on the line, and I measure my longest skew 9.5 inches. So you go 9.5 inches from here, from the foam board to the skew. So you got 9.5, and basically what I do is I just glue it there. I just want to give you a little tutorial on how it's done. So then I glue it there. Then what I do afterwards, once that's gluing, so I will put a pencil there, just hold it. And that doesn't work either. So I'm just going to have to wait. Okay, and then so remember, it's your preference, of course. I do the 9.5 because it makes it look a lot bigger, and I noticed that from my previous request that people, they like bigger items to put on their walls. So just keep that in mind, which is very important. And then you will do the second one, but what I usually do is I cut the skew a little bit right at the edge here. I take off about maybe 2 inches because they are too long, mind you, and this is just a little board. So what you're going to do is you're going to go right here, a little slanted, and you have to measure, of course, and you're going to do 8.5 inches. And here you have it. And then after that you glue. And it's a long process, like I said. It's the waiting area. So you have to keep in mind when you do 32, the best way to match is you have to be about 5 inches in between. So say for example, like you've done this one here. So from the large one to the small one, you measure about 2.5 inches. So when you put in your other large one, I'll show you. So you do 9.5 right there. So you measure that about 2.5 inches. So it's 5 from there for the big ones, and it's 2.5 for the small ones. So 2.5, 2.5, and then 5 from here. And you're going to have exactly a perfect decor. Trust me, I've measured it in the past. So what you have to do is you have to glue it. But it's actually a lot of fun, and trust me, when you do this, the final the end of the craft, you are going to absolutely love it. For me, it is very, very popular here, so I know a lot of people, they actually absolutely loved it. I actually did a red one, and now I have to do a gold one with black, and they're going to be gold skewers. And now for this video I'm doing a royal blue. That's a very popular color, by the way. So if you measure it, since it's gluing, you have 5. So 2.5, 2.5, and you got 5. So basically this is what it's going to look like. I don't know, it's not fully dried yet. I guess I'm too much in a hurry. Okay, so you see, this is your beginning. So you keep on going like this, and when you keep on undoing it, just keep on doing like a slanted, because if you keep on doing with the lines, it's going to go a little curvy. So just make sure that you always have a V shape. Okay, that's very important. So make sure that you go all around and you have a V shape. So that's the end of that. And now I'm going to take this and see basically what it looks like. Now this is a much bigger one. So this one has 36. You see in the back? And you see in the back here with all the glue. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my mirror and I'm going to glue it on top like this. So when you start gluing this, you're going to center it. So the mirror in the middle is going to be, I would say, maybe an inch. Yeah, basically about an inch. So make sure that you glue it on top of the mirror, and you have to be very careful because you're going to see why. So I'm going to start with I'm going to start with E6000, and I'm going to spread it, and don't be shy on the glue because this part is very important, because that's when you're going to know if it stays or not. This part is very important. Okay, and of course I put the hot glue so you know it's gonna glue right away. And you have to remember the E6000 does not glue right away, it takes time. And before you hang up your picture, please make sure that you wait at least 24 hours before you do anything, which is very important. And then you glue it. All right, so we're going to start with the beads, and you can get those anywhere, Dollar Tree. And those are beaded necklaces. You could use that for Christmas, Halloweens. You could use for crafts, anything. So we're going to start, and what I do is I start right around the mirror first. So okay, this is your first row right around the mirror. Now we're going to do a second row. We are going to do a second row, exactly the same thing all around. Just try to put the glue right at the edge of the foam board. You're going to see why. It's much, much, much easier. So now you have the second one. Now we're going to do the third one. Now the third one is a little tricky because what you have to do is you have to do the third one right on top of the skews, but I put the glue right on the foam board here, all around. And it's going to look like this once you're done. So you don't see the imperfections, you see? I do it right the third one. I hope you can see that. See that? It's the third one. Oh, and then I think I hope my mirror is gluing. Never had that problem before. So we're going to do the third strand. So I have to say, when you do the foam board, it is your decision. You can either paint it silver or you could just leave it white. It's your preference. I choose to paint it, but you don't have to because it's just a little, the little holes, you'll see it shine. So basically, if you want the white to come out, that's fine too. And but I just spray paint it, or you could use the acrylic paint on the foam board and it dries right away. So we're going to go all around, and remember, I'm putting my glue on the foam board. And I think everybody knows that the foam board, you can get that also at the Dollar Tree. But when you put your beads, they're all going to land on top of your skews. When you do that, you'll see. Okay, next is we're going to start decorating. So as I said previously, what I did is I did 18 pieces of my teardrop shape. So I have 18 pieces, which we will start gluing on. So, but I wanted to show you how I did it. So I took 2 out here. And I wanted to show you exactly how it's done. Okay, so I have this mirror one, which is from this here that I cut out, the oval shape. And like I said, you go on the internet and you just do a teardrop and you print it out. And what I did is I put it on cardboard and then I made my my templates. So these, because in the back it's just black. And then I have, of course, my poster board that you get those at the Dollar Tree. You could get, I think they come in 5 in a package. You have gold, silver, green, blue, and gold. Gold, silver, blue, red, and green. So I took those and I made the same shape as my teardrop here, and I'm going to glue it together. So what I do is I keep the mirror part on the bottom and then of course the blue on top. So I put glue. I just hope I'm explaining this right for everyone, and I hope you are enjoying this. Okay. And sometimes that the mirror one is going to be sometimes a little bigger. So what I usually do is I just cut out the black piece on the bottom so it doesn't show on top. And basically this is what it looks like once it's glued. And it works perfectly. So you do that, and I'll do the second one for you again. So I start right from the bottom, go all the way around and inside. And then I take my teardrop, I start from the bottom and hold it here. Once you do a few, you get the hang of it. And voila. So basically, that's how you do them. Now, we will start gluing them. So the trick is, of course, is you want to do the big ones. It's the big skews. The small ones, we're going to be using the marquee shape, royal blue. So what you want to do is when you glue this, you glue at the tip, right, and on top of the skew, you go maybe about an inch and a half. So basically, I found that easy is what you do is I glue it the whole skew, and then you'll see what I mean. I'll just glue it here like this, and I find it's much easier. So basically the round is going to be 1 inch like this. See, right in the middle, and then you hold it, because you make sure that your tip of your teardrop is right in the middle of your stick skew. That's very important, and make sure that you hold it, because if you don't, it's going to be all tipsy more or less, and it's going to be slanted on the side, and it's not going to shine the way you want it to. So that's very important. So you make sure that you just hold it right in the middle here. And basically I do this all around. And another thing that I should also mention too, once you do all your beads and all of your teardrops, what I usually do, because the glue is not going to stay, of course, so I turn it around and then I add glue right on the bottom of the skews. And sometimes what I usually do too, which really helps, is you either put E6000 or you put super glue, and that'll hold it. So I just wanted to point that out, which is very important. Glue is, I can't stress enough how important it is, because I've done so many items that the glue, the beads come off and stuff like that. So I find you have to find the right glue and to make sure that it stays properly, because you don't want nothing to fall. And especially if someone is going to make an item and sell it, that's very important. So what you do is you continue like I said, 1 inch from here, and then you hold it, because you don't want it to go sideways. You don't have to hold it for long, but just as long as that it doesn't go sideways. And then you keep on going all around. Okay, so now we're going to the last one. This is what it's going to look like. Isn't that just beautiful? So now that all my teardrops are done, now what we're going to do is I'm going to start. I chose this bead here. It's like a large marquise, and it's royal blue, and I will put those at the tip, and I go all around. And what you do is you do just enough to cover the tip of the skew, the bamboo skew, and you keep it in the middle. Make sure it's always pointing to your skew, but you hide it in the back, and make sure that it's even, that it stays right in the middle. And then you go all around and you continue to do so. Now this is my last bead that I'm going to put on. This procedure, this process I should say, it goes a lot faster because the beads, with the hot sticks, it glues pretty good, I have to say. And here you have it. So now I'm going to put more beads, and I'm going to continue doing this, and you'll see my final product at the end. So what I do is I just add my sunflower. What you're going to do is I'm going to add it on my small skew, and I'm going to put it right at the edge of the end of the mirror, like all the way around your mirror here. I'm going to put on the small skew right here. So basically, right at the end of your mirror, I'm going to glue the sunflower on all the small ones, okay? Okay, so that was the last bead. So isn't that kind of pretty? I don't want to lift it up, mind you, but basically this is what it's looking like right now, which is coming out really, really, really beautiful. I just have to add a few more beads and then we'll be all done. So we're done with the sunflower. So next is I'm going to take these beads here, which I have lots of. These are also from the Dollar Tree, and you get these rhinestone stickers. This is what we're going to use. I'm going to use some smaller ones, and you'll see what I'm going to do with it. So I'm going to put, like I said, this is a long process, but at the end it's really, really, really beautiful. So I took a smaller bead, a very smaller bead, and what I'm going to do is I put it right at the edge of the tip of the and these are rhinestone stickers, so you just stick it on. mind you, if I were to sell this item, I would definitely glue it. And I put it right at the tip of the teardrop. Gives it that extra sparkle. And if anybody knows me, I love bling. So you'll see most of my videos, it'll be a lot of bling and glitter. So here you go. And now what we're going to do is the bigger ones. What I'm going to do is the small strand. I decided I'm going to put a smaller, those are going to be smaller beads because it's such a small strand. So basically is I added basically the same gems, the same beads. So what I did is I have to glue the blue ones and the black ones, of course, but these ones you can just stick it on. So basically on the small ones, I'm just going to put these ones. And then after that, I added a blue gem. So you see what I did? On the marquise one, I did the transparent small bead. I put the blue and the transparent, and you got the sunflower. Now those on the small skews. So you do that with all the small skews. I believe they are all there. So almost done. Now all we have to do is decorate the one with the teardrop shape. So basically what I did is I just put one on the bottom, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a bigger transparent bead right at the tip, and you're going to see why. It's going to give it that extra poof right there at the end. So it's a bigger one, but I'm putting those right at the end, and I think it's just beautiful. And you go all around. Okay, so we did the final beads. Well, not final, but almost final. We're going to add maybe 2 more to the one for the teardrops. And what I chose was a black one. Just to differentiate the colors, because it's all silver and blue and transparent. And I just wanted to add a little bit of just a little different color. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add the black one right in the middle here. And I'm going to do that for all the large skews. Okay, so I'm going to be doing my second last one. I have one here, and then I have one more here to do. And this will be the end of the black bead, as you will see here. I think I put it too far. Making a mess out of this. All right. So last but not least, I have one more bead that I want to put, and is going to be right at the end here. So what I chose to do is to put a larger bead, exactly what I did here right at the end. I'm going to do the same thing at the other side to make a finishing touch. Okay, so this is the final product. So once you have all the beads on, sorry, you have to remove the excessive glue because you'll have lots of glue on there. So you got to take all the glue off. But mind you, it came out very, very, very beautiful. You see that, everyone? And there's some beads that I didn't glue on, so you have to be very, very careful. Look how beautiful that is. So everyone, I hope you enjoyed this DIY, and if you did, subscribe, like, or comment, and we'll see you on my next DIY. Thanks everyone, and have a great day.